Hey everyone, Tafo here again, and in today's Siege video, we are up against Crazy Monkey and Belligerent. I think I got a late start on this one, so went ahead and we'll go straight into the first match. So for this particular match, it looks like we're fighting Tian, Ashour, and Taranys. And so for this match, we're going to use our classic, our tried and true Dark Homunculus, Hyanes, not sure how to say that, and Verad. And so again, we kind of just want the turn order to be Hyanes, then Dark Homunculus, then Verad. And the reason we want that is because if Hyanes fails to strip, we want our Dark Homunculus to try to strip the Taranys or whatever resisted the strip. But it looks like we get the strip and double stuns. We get the defense break, and with that we should have a pretty clean win here. So let's just see how it plays out. So with the, I think you pretty much always want to try to defense break the wind unit, right? The Taranys, because if your defense is like less than half of Verad's defense, you don't glance. Hence the reason for wanting to defense break the Taranys. So after he's defense broken, we can defense break someone else, and it looks like we went for the Ashour. And then yeah, so with both of the Taranys and the Ashour down, this looks like a win. It's nice. Off to the next one. For this one, went ahead and we're going to use our Tetra, Kunite, and Jeogun into the Mimir, Seren, and Vigor. Again, I think this is kind of a pretty standard team for us. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty safe. The Kunite does a really good job taking out the Vigor, and the Kunite's passive makes everyone tankier in the party because I think it reduces damage. For each subsequent hit that you would take less damage. So Kunite is a good tank. Jeogun is just on triple revenge because he's just here to take out the Mimir. And with the Mimir down, it looks like it should be a pretty clean win. I think it's a little bit longer because the Vigor, it just takes a little bit of time to kill the Vigor. So went ahead and sped this up, but I think with the Mimir down, there should be a pretty clean win. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Alright, for the next hit, it looks like we're hitting Seara, Jeogun, and Theo. I believe this was before the update, the most recent patch, so I don't think Jeogun was buffed yet. But we're going to use our classic Mihyang, Sonia, Adriana. So I think this team is mostly safe. I don't know if it's super safe. The risk is Theo procs and resets his passive. So here it looks like we get first turn, we outspeed the Jeogun, so we're going to go ahead and snipe out, what was it, the first one to Seara, proc the passive on the Theo, and with the passive proc we can go ahead and kill the Theo. Yeah, just to talk a little, yeah, I think the scary part is if the Mihyang doesn't proc the Theo passive, that can get a little scary, or if Theo procs, that can get a little scary. So those are the two scary scenarios, but it looks like, you know, we didn't really hit that. So yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to call this a win as well. We'll eventually get the Jeogun down. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Alright, for our next offense, we're hitting a Platy, Iris, Fuuki. So I think that for the most part, Fuuki is the main threat. Since there's only one main threat, we can bring in our Talc. I forgot who was it, Khmun and Racuni. So I think this is our pretty standard team now for these. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So it looks like they took first turn. We go second. So again, I think I like focusing the Fuuki. I'm not really sure 100% if it matters if we do or don't. I just like destroying his hit points. So yep, looks like the Fuuki is going to just start targeting the Talc. We get the unrecoverable, which is pretty nice. We're going to let Khmun go twice, which is pretty nice. So it should be one or two more hits to kill, one or two more hits to kill the Fuuki. Oh yeah, so unfortunately the Platy and Iris heal him, but we'll just go ahead and keep working on him. The Fuuki's about to go down. We really want to try to kill that Fuuki. I think every once in a while we'll try to provoke the Platy to get the heal out of the way. But it looks like the Fuuki is about to go down. And so I think with the first life of the Fuuki down, whenever the Fuuki is revived, we'll be able to kill him easily. So from now on, I think we can call it a little win. But with the Fuuki down, we'll focus Platy next. And I think try to kill Fuuki whenever he comes up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call this a win. And let's head off to the next one.
Talk to you lately, I've been doubting. Shawty when I said, grabbed a bottle and she downed it. I thought I lost my sense of pride, but recently I found it. Once again, now I'm back on the cycle. Walk inside the function thinking maybe I just might go. Me and your friends, really not that tight, ho. It's all good now, they all had to cut you off. I knew something was wrong. I shouldn't have to call you back, 'cause now you're mad and you think I dropped the ball. That's a bridge I had to cross, not my fault that you're pissed off. You shouldn't have to treat me like this, treat me like this. Now I'm all alone once again.
Alright, for our next hit, this hit was not safe at all. Definitely was trying to do something, and it did work out in the end, but it was interesting. You'll see how it plays out. But we have the Conrad Water Robo Camilla against the Mommy Goth Girl Seara Jeogun. And my whole plan was, I was like, oh, Camilla's a really good tank against the Seara. This is going to be so easy. We're going to see how wrong that was. But yeah, so again, the idea here is we're going to outspeed. We just try to outspeed. I'm going to detonate. We're going to swap the hit points for the Lamellia. And then we're going to kill the Lamellia. I'm not sure if I knew that this one was not on a Swift threat, or if I just really thought my Swift was that much better. It feels risky even to try to outspeed this. But yeah, the Seara just did a ton of damage, and we can't really heal the Camilla as well as we would like. So luckily the bomb cleanses, but the Seara procced, so next turn, next Seara bomb, Seara should be able to use S3. So we're going to try to focus the Seara. The Seara kills the Camilla. So I think at this point, I'm just trying to figure out who's going to go next, right? So if I detonate, I think that Water Robo is immune to debuffs, right? So let's try to detonate, resist the debuffs from Seara. Yeah, so you resist the debuffs from Seara, then swap the Jeogun. So with everyone almost dead, it should be a good cleanup, right? So, okay, yeah, so we swap the Jeogun. The Robo's back alive. We can S2 with the Conrad, and we get the win. I don't think that was safe at all, but it was really interesting to try. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Alright, for our next attack, we're going to hit Clara, Vigor, Misty. And so I think, again, pretty much just use the Joltan Kunite. I think I have at least 3 of these. So yeah, so I like the I think I've tried a Racuni in the past, and I don't like Racuni as much because Racuni can hit by Vigor, and Racuni doesn't cleanse fast enough. But Tetra cleanses a lot faster, so Tetra's pretty good against Misty, Vigor, Claras. Again, here I think we want to focus on the Misty. Once the Misty is dead, then the threats are pretty much gone. So it looks like our Kunite is taking a lot of the damage. I think we want to cleanse the defense break because we want Misty to focus the Joltan, and we taunt the Misty right as I say that, but that's okay. Yeah, I think just because its defense broke on the Clara, we'll go ahead and send some damage on the Clara. Okay, it looks like the Joltan gets defense broke, which means he'll get the aggro, which I think is kind of okay. As long as nothing procs. So yeah, Misty did not proc, which was good. Looks like Clara somehow survives. Ooh, wow, this is so scary. Way scarier than I expected. Yeah, I feel like I would use this team again, but it's definitely can get scary sometimes, as is displayed here. But I think with the Clara and Misty down, then it should be pretty clean win. I'll have to think about what might make this better. Maybe just a tankier Joltan. I'm not 100% sure. But I do like the Joltan Kunite. But yeah, looks like we get the win there, and we'll head off to the next one. Alright, for our next hit, we're going to be hitting the Vigor, Deborah, and Clara versus our Tetra, Kunite, Windy. And so, I think I went for the Kunite here, or the Windy here, just to avoid the defense break. So things will be hitting our Kunite, and Windy will be trying to kill the Vigor, will be the goal. So yeah. Alright, so it looks like we want to cleanse the Tetra, and then with Kunite, we want to try to destroy the Vigor's hit points so he does less damage. So we're going to try to focus the Vigor first. If we can control the Vigor, he will do less damage and also do less healing, which is good. So we're just going to focus him. We get the slow, which is good. So we'll just S1 the Vigor. The Windy will tank out the Clara pretty well. Maybe it's a little scarier if Clara is heavy destroy, but they're not destroy, it seems. So this should be a pretty clean win, if only because of that we'll outlast them pretty easily. So here I think I'm just trying to figure out if I should cleanse, who I should cleanse, or if I should cleanse. I think I want to cleanse the Tetra. Luckily we get the proc, so it didn't really matter in the end. But yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same back and forth here, right? The Vigors will probably get the heal, we'll probably get the stuns and slows, so eventually we'll win the destroy game. But it might just take a second. So let's just see, again, see how it plays out. Yeah, the Kunite is defense broken. But our Windy here should be doing probably a lot of the damage, so I think that these Windies kind of want a heavy destroy bio set with a lot of additionals on them. So yeah, so it looks like the Vigor is slowly getting whittled down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a win. We can kind of see how it's gonna play out. Again, Vigor's half destroyed. We're not destroyed. It should be a pretty clean win. So yeah, go ahead and see you all in the next one. Alright, for the next hit, we're going to be hitting a Siri, Nikki, Savannah. And so I think that whenever a big counter to Savannah is Leo, so we're going to bring in our Leo, Lulu, and Helena. I personally think I like the Lulu better than the Jean, just because we get a lot of sustain with the Lulu. I don't know, I've never used the Jean one, but one day I'll try. But yeah, so let's go ahead and see what happens. So they should take, well, we'll take first turn, but they should pretty much get the next turn. The Siri will try to strip us, it'll get the strip, and the Savannah will try to defense break us. It looks like it gets the defense break and the pushback, except on Lulu, which is kind of nice again, right? So we're able to cleanse the Helena. And so I think it's kind of important in this team that Lulu goes second and Helena goes third, just for another chance at resisting pushback, strips, and defense breaks, because then you can cleanse them. So yeah, we get one round of Helena off. The Lulu should be pretty good tank here. You just kind of want heavy minus wind damage on the Lulu. So we get the Helena, we get the S2 again. Not sure what I'm thinking about here, but yeah, we get the S2. We land all the defense breaks, which is pretty good. We're gonna S1 the Savannah. And I think that when we dismount the Savannah, it should be pretty safe afterwards. So I think we just S1 the Savannah to heal back up to full. Our Helena is going to tank a little bit, that's fine. We're going to transform an S2 again, and I think with that S2 we'll dismount the Savannah. And I think with the dismount of the Savannah, it should be pretty safe win afterwards, because they don't really have a pushback or defense break. So we're going to go ahead and just I think again just S1 the Siri. We kill the Siri, and with the Siri down, I think it's a pretty clean win. So yeah, I'll go ahead and see y'all in the next one. Alright, for this next hit, we're going to hit another Sierra Jeogun, Theo. I think this is our second or third hit into them. I definitely blame my teammate for the loss here. Well, I don't know, kind of blame my teammate. He used this exact team and won, and I normally use this team, so I felt like it was pretty safe. But I definitely underestimated the Sierra damage here. So you'll see it in a second, but we try to push back the Sierra, don't really get it because they will, obviously. The Jeogun does Jeogun things, strips attack buffs the Sierra, and then yeah, the Sierra bombs the Tetra, and the Theo cleans up the Tetra. So super sad about that. I think I try to win it after this, right? Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, no, there's really just no winning. The Sierra proc, the Sierra bomb, yeah, that's pretty GG. So definitely sad about that one. I don't think it was a safe team, or you really needed a lot of minus. I don't know, you needed a tankier Tetra than mine, which is doable, but super sad. So I think that for this last hit, go ahead and just try to get revenge. I think I know that they're just all on Will. I don't think he's on Swift, so I'm pretty sure I can outspeed. So we're just going to Lucian it. The Lucian should kill at least the Seara for sure. I know it'll kill the Seara because I know it's probably double attack slot 4/6. So go ahead and just boost the Lucian. Go ahead and S3 with this the Lucian, and we get the win. So nice. So we didn't get our 10-0. We got sniped out on this one. But yeah, GG. So yeah, again, thanks all for watching, and we'll see you next week.